A mostly cloudy and snowy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. If you are driving out there, give yourself a whole lot more time going where you're going. I'm sure a lot of you are probably behind a vehicle or two, and you're kind of forced to drive slowly for a very good reason. You should be. This is one of the days that you never really want to say stay home. And some people, they're going to go anyway, whether you tell them to stay home or not. But if you don't have anything pressing, just relax. Give yourself a break. It's one of those days where the road crews have to be working on the roads, trucks or whatever that have to go deliver freight. They have to be on the road. But if you don't have to, don't. Plenty of snow, more snow on the way. By the time it's all said and done, don't be surprised if you've got about a half a foot or something in your backyard when you take the ruler, go out there and measure. Some of you a little bit more than that, and very likely the further south you get in the state, the more snow you are going to get. Taking a look at the radar, we are looking at some bands of heavy snow. We're experiencing that right now here at Radio Center. Over at the airport as well, where it is 27 degrees. It's 30 here at Radio Center. Midland is 28. Downtown Bay City is at 30 degrees also. We saw the very warm weather conditions really take over overnight. We did have precipitation. We did have rain. And for the most part, a lot of the snow didn't really get started until after sunrise this morning. And I think that saved us a couple of inches, quite frankly, as far as snow goes. But as we've been going through the day, the snow has really picked up in intensity. And if there is any good news for those of you who really don't want this snow, probably late tonight and early tomorrow morning, everything should be tapering off here in the immediate Great Lakes Bay area. But for some of you, it's going to continue, especially along and south the I-96 corridor, for not only the remainder of the day today and tonight, but also into the day tomorrow. There are a number of watches and warnings that have already been posted that go through 10 o'clock tomorrow night. The majority of those, it appears, is the extreme southeast corner of the Lower Peninsula, and then obviously in Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio that we had talked about yesterday. It's just not going to go away there. The heavy snow is going to continue all the way into the weekend, moving from the Great Lakes Bay area, the Ohio River Basin, and the Tennessee Valley, moving all the way over into the New England states to finish off the weekend. Now, we talked about two low-pressure systems. Number one is the one that's affecting us right now. It has really slowed down as far as its movement from west to east or southwest to northeast, whatever direction it's going right now. So that's the reason why the amount of snow was upgraded as we went through the nighttime hours and the early morning hours this morning. The second one, which is going to generate whatever we get on Thursday and Thursday night, has taken a little bit more of a southerly course. It's going to be moving through the Tennessee Valley. And as we approach and get into Friday, that low-pressure system is going to be moving through Tennessee, and it'll wind up over in the western Carolinas by early Friday morning. So that's the reason why we're not going to be getting a lot of snow, and for that matter, a lot of backlash from that second system, because it is going to be as far south as what it will be. But that's not good news for the folks in the East Coast, because that low is going to move up the eastern side of the Adirondacks. It is going to be moving up into the mid-Atlantic states and the New England states, and that's the reason why they're going to be looking at a whole lot of snow to finish the work week off and into the weekend. We had our high temperature for the day real early, right after midnight, and it's been dropping, as I said, right around 29, 30 degrees, and it'll continue to drop. We're looking for low tonight of 17. Sun will set this evening at 5:49, rise tomorrow morning at 7:50. 21 will be our high with a few scattered snow showers around early in the morning. High pressure over northern Minnesota is what's going to be generating the gradual moving out of the snow shower activity. And that high is also going to be pulling a lot more colder air down on top of us. So tomorrow night, our low will be right around 0. And Friday night, after a high of 16, with some partly cloudy skies during the day, we're going to drop down once again to single digits, probably about 1-2 degrees. And some of you will be below 0 on Friday night. Then on Saturday, we're going to warm up a little bit. We'll be 22, 23 degrees, a low of 17. We'll see some sun. And then Sunday, a few more clouds, 32, 33 degrees. Then on Monday and Tuesday, we'll be in that mid 20 to low 30 degree range with partly cloudy skies. So after we get done with this mess over the next 24 hours or so, we're not really anticipating much of anything in the way of moisture to take us into at least the first part of the work week next week. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Cody Harris standing by at Star of the West. We'll be talking to him in just a moment and find out what's going on with those markets. I don't know if we'll be able to handle this or not. It's kind of like a bungee jump from one day to the next. We'll find out from Cody in a moment. But before we do all of that, we want to remind you the weather forecast has been brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency, where they remind you that you can deal with risk management a whole lot easier when you talk with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Protect yourself against the negatives and take advantage of the positives with the help of the Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Remember, they're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, you can reach their agents on their cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in Reese, 989-868-4722. Cody Harris joining me right now over at Star of the West. Cody, did you go on YouTube and figure out how to build a snowman?
I'm definitely going to have to figure that out, but I can tell you right now, like I said, I fired up my snowblower this morning to make sure it was working.
You're a smart man.
This afternoon.
And make sure that gasoline, you don't have to dig it out with a fork or something, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, looking out my window here in Frankenmuth, I can barely see across the river. So we're in for definitely a nice little snow shower or snow flurry this afternoon.
Wow.
For sure.
Yeah. What's going on in Chicago other than snow?
Well, I think it's snowing in Chicago, too, because we kind of got an overall bearish market, Terry. We got corn and wheat. They're definitely taking on the chin here this morning. Soybeans, they're a little bit positive right now. Only one here this morning. Kind of looking at everything the way it sits right now. We got cash wheat. That's down 14. 720 on the white. 685 on the red. Looking over at new crop wheat. That's down 12. 751 on the white. 691 on the red. Looking over at corn, cash corn is down 11 at 574. New crop corn down 5 at 518. Looking over at soybeans, cash soybeans are up 5 at 1474, and new crop soybeans are up 4 at 1321.
Wow, still all over the place.
Yeah, definitely all over the place. And kind of coming in here this morning. Yesterday we saw pretty good rise in the markets yesterday, and a lot of that had to do with first of the month. You're seeing a lot of new fund money coming into these markets, kind of really giving them a little little jump here, and I think definitely in the corn and wheat arena, we're seeing maybe a little bit of a pullback here this morning. But like I said, the main driver I would say right now, or the only positive, is soybeans. They're definitely been rocketing higher here the last 6-7 days. Kind of looking at everything right now, I think they're heading for a new high. We're looking at seventh consecutive higher close. If we can finish higher today, that'd be $1.70 a bushel on the March futures and about $1 a bushel on November futures for the past 6 days. So definitely a little bullish action right now for soybeans. A lot of that has to do with soybean production estimates down in South America. We kind of got the latest estimate came out here this morning from StoneX, and they put their production estimate for Brazil for soybeans at 126.5 million metric tons. That's about 12.5 million metric tons below the USDA's January estimate, and it's a huge 17.5 million metric tons from early season projections that we've kind of been following here, Terry. So you're definitely getting a lot of strength from there. And in addition to that, the yield and harvest, or I guess harvest right now as well, but we're well in front of the average. We're 11% down, 11% harvested right now in Brazil, way ahead of the average for right now. That's just due to that dry weather we've been talking about. So I guess shortly, being 11% done, we're definitely going to start getting a better idea of yields as we move forward. So that's something to keep our eye on.
It sure is. Cody, you take care. Have a good day, all right?
You as well, Terry. Thank you.
And be sure that snowman has got a nice long nose, a carrot.
Oh yes,
we don't want it
bundled up too.
I think he's lying to us about how long winter's going to be.
I would agree, Terry. Yes.
Cody, take care. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein joining me right now from Oppenheimer. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. They are the Great Lakes Bay Area certified ag dealer. You can make a new Ram commercial truck or van a part of your everyday use for family, farm, and business today. From Schaefer and Beerline, where family and service sells cars since 1852. And by Steiner Tractor Parts, new parts for old tractors made easy. How easy? Telephone call or a web address. That's all you need. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Doug, what's going on?
Well, got a new high in soybeans, but they backed off 25 to 30 cents since then. New high in crude oil, but that's backed off $1.50 since then. So volatility, no doubt. Hey, I saw that we have $30 trillion in government debt now in the United States. That's only $89,000 per man, woman, and child. So you're born with debt right off the bat. You don't even have to do anything stupid, like buy $1 million house or whatever.
No, just be born.
It's worth. Yeah,
that's all you got to do.
And there's $15 trillion in consumer debt to add to that. So, that could be a disaster someday.
Wow.
Someday down the road.
Yep.
Anyway, here's your numbers. The March corn, 622.25, down 12.5 cents. The December corn, 572.5, down 5.25. March soybeans, 1534.5, up 6 cents. July soybeans, 1534, also up 6 cents. The March wheat, 754.75, down 14.25, and December wheat, 761.25, down 10 cents. Crude oil is 87.22, down 98 cents. Heating oil is 273.5, that's down 6 cents of a penny. Gasoline, 257.75, that's up 2 tenths of a penny. And natural gas really flying, 541.5, that's up 66.5 cents. That's almost 14%. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2691 at the border. That's up 5 ticks. The yen is at 114.32, down 39 ticks. The euro is at 112.98. That's up 29 ticks. The dollar's at 96.05, down 33 ticks. Gold's at 1806.90, up $6.60. Silver's at 22.70, up 11 cents. Platinum's at 1046.50. That's up $23.
All right.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
You bet. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Along with me, Jerry Smolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, the alarms are going off all over the place. I'm getting updates now on the weather. That comment yesterday about making sure that you use the right stuff so you don't burn your plants out there. I think we're gonna need that tip. I'm looking at all these winter weather advisories being upgraded to winter storm warnings now. And I'm not just talking southern Michigan. I'm looking right now at Gratiot, Montcalm, Kent, Ottawa, Allegan counties. That one got upgraded. They're talking 4 to 8 inches, where maybe about 6-7 hours ago it was 2 to 4. So it's continuing to climb. So what should we be aware of right now?
Yeah, Terry, looking at the snow, I'm grateful that that they didn't go from rain into freezing hard and getting that coat of ice on the plants and then getting wet, heavy snow. So it kind of held off enough to get the temperatures to drop. So the snow we're getting is actually fairly dry and light. So we're not going to have those problems. And again, I was afraid we'd get some rain and then freeze up and have, half-inch of ice on the roads. That didn't happen. That's a good thing. So when we shovel our snow, some plants that are resisting and still up now are very predisposed to breaking. The one that comes to mind is the pygmy barberry, the dwarf barberry. It'll take all the snow Mother Nature will give it, but it won't take massive shovels at one time or being pushed up against with a snowplow or your little front blade on your garden tractor. So just be cautious and careful where you're putting your snow as this event occurs, and your plants will be happy. And again, always ice melt. Please be judicious about only using what you need and not over applying.
Oh, good advice. Jerry, take care. We'll talk to you again tomorrow with the plant of the week. I think it'll be getting enough moisture, don't you think?
I do, Terry. I've got a good one for this week. I think you'll be surprised.
All right. Talk to you tomorrow. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. When we return, Scott Dumas will be joining us, Nutrient Ag Solutions. No, I don't think he's going to be talking about soil testing right now, at least as far as you going out in the field. But he's got a lot more to talk about. He comes along right after this.
Thumb Bank of Trust offers community farmers the welcome opportunity of working with people who understand the unique needs and challenges of farming. I'm Jared Fisher, Ag Specialist for Thumb Bank of Trust, and I'm also a proud farmer. All of our agricultural loan experts are working farmers, and that's just part of why Thumb Bank of Trust has been recognized as one of Michigan's premier agricultural lenders. It takes a farmer to understand the unique needs and challenges of another farmer, and it takes the lending capital available at Thumb Bank of Trust to grow a farm. Call us today or visit us at thumb.bank. We will meet you at one of our offices, in the field, or at the farm. At Thumb Bank of Trust, our relationships are built on trust. We're an old friend you can rely on. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. An equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Foster Blue Water Oil. Hey, they do take your diesel to another level, folks. Power, more power. Cleaner injectors, faster cold starts, and maximum lubricity, year-round protection, and up to 8% improved fuel economy with Diesel Guard Supreme Plus from Valve Tech Petroleum, available today at Foster Blue Water Oil. Just get your local Foster representative on the telephone, or you can go online, fosterbluewateroil.com. Scott Dumas, good morning. How are you on this snowy Wednesday?
I'm good. How are you, Terry?
Hey, not too bad. I know over in your neck of the woods where you reside, you're over on the western side of Michigan's thumb, right?
Eastern side.
Eastern side. I'm on the western side of Michigan's thumb. You guys are in that snow belt as well. And I know there's a lot of producers right now that are hoping that we get a little bit of moisture on this ground. You know, we had so much water in the soil last October and first part of November. And really, we had a little bit of a dry down going on with this colder weather. What's some of the concerns that you're hearing from producers right now?
Well, right now it's how we, until this point, we didn't have much snow cover. So the wheat that was planted was under a little stress out there. So some of the wheat could be susceptible to some winter damage, but hopefully not. Now we're getting some cover on there and hopefully insulate the ground a little bit and get the wheat through the winter.
I was talking to a couple of folks with the wheat board. They've got their annual event coming up, their annual meeting. That's on the 23rd of February this year down in Lansing. And both comments I got from those folks was that it appears that some of the nicest wheat in the state this year is in Michigan's thumb. Would you agree with that, Scott?
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. And the reason being, some of it got planted early, after dry beans, or some of the sugar beets that came out early. And then the other thing is that it seems the other parts of the state may have been under a little more moisture restrictions there during the fall season.
Our soil got a pretty good beating last October, didn't it?
It sure did. Actually, this cold weather is actually a good thing for the soil.
So at this stage of the game, soil health still continues to be a main concern. Growers, I guess many folks will advise don't go on the soil too quickly. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that for a few weeks, but don't get the itch too quick, especially given the conditions last fall.
Definitely not. That'll just put more compaction into the soil, and we don't want that. I mean, you can usually see in the spring, the guys went out early, you can still see those tracks from the tillage tool in the spring that shows up early in the growing season.
Availability of product, real quick, Scott, what are you hearing?
Overall, we're sitting in pretty good shape. There's still a few particular crop protection items that are in a little more dire need than others, but it seems like everything pretty much in general we're getting in a pretty good position on.
Okay. And for more information on that availability and a few other concerns, they can get a hold of your local Nutrien branch, right?
That's correct.
Scott, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Thanks, you too, Terry.
You bet. Scott Duma with Nutrien Ag. Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444.
The moment you fire up a Gator UTV, the engine has your full attention. The herd takes notice. The completed job is on the horizon. The trail meets its match. And the heat doesn't stand a chance. Just like that, you've made short work of a long to-do list. Run with us on a John Deere Gator UTV. Built with effortless four-wheel drive at the flip of a switch and our smoothest shifting transmission yet. One test drive and you'll know. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Gator for more.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's 11 locations in Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Rochester Hills, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
The folks at Frankenmuth Credit Union can help you, Mr. Farmer. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Find out how they can help you by going to their website, frankenmuthcu.org, or stop by any of the locations of the Frankenmuth Credit Union. And again, Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Silverleaf Crop Insurance. If you're not happy with your current crop insurance agent, look for experience. Look for farmers who know what they would want for their farming operation. Plus, they do offer input financing for eligible farmers. Find out more by going to silverleafcrop.com. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios.
This is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.